Probably one of the hardest things that you can do in trading is trading psychology. And I think that when it comes to trading in general, there's like literally three core things that you need to be successful. So the first thing is you need a back tested trading strategy, right? A strategy that you know that is literally back tested so you know what it's outputting for you, right? So you're not going out blind trying to trade something that you don't even know if it freaking works. You know what I mean? Like when you guys watch YouTube videos and stuff, and of other YouTubers that are out sharing their ideas, their strategies, um, you know, their knowledge that they know. Do you guys ever watch those videos and then actually go and back test to see if what they're telling you actually works? Do you just take what they're saying as to be true? Yeah, so I think, back testing has to be like, it's got to be in you, man. You got to want to back test because you're never going to get to where you want to get to if you don't back test. It's like, if you want to be a doctor, like you have to practice doing, surgeries and stuff, or doing, procedures and stuff. So without doing any of that stuff, like how far do you actually think you're going to get, you know? Or how much longer is it going to take you, essentially? How much longer are you delaying the process? So you definitely need to have a strategy that's been back tested so you know exactly what it's outputting for you. So, like, I know what this strategy produces because I've back tested it, right? Since 2018, I've taken, what is it, like 1,200 trades? Yeah, trades. So, yeah, 1,376 trades since what, 2018. So 1,300 and, yeah, 1,376 total trades. I've won 1,056 out of 1,376. So 77% win rate and losing 23%. Right? So that's how I know it works. Right? So you need a back tested strategy. The next thing is literally what we just went over is risk management. You need a risk management plan that can control your losses. Right? I just showed you how to do it. And then the trading psychology mindset is the third thing that you need. So if you don't have these three things in place, you won't get to where you want to get to. So let's talk about just psychology in general. When you think about trading psychology, what's the biggest thing that comes to your mind of the problem with trading psychology in the sense of, what most traders deal with? The biggest thing that really comes out of it, out of trading psychology, is just in general fear, right? And there's really two fears that come out of the trading psychology aspect for me. The first one is essentially fear of missing out, right? Fear of missing out on a trade. Like Ward, like what you just said, literally FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. And the second one is the fear of losing. If you can fix these two problems, you've primarily fixed like 70% of the problem. If you can fix fear of missing out and fear of losing, you fixed a major part of the trading psychology problem that most traders have. So how do you think that you get rid of those two fears. Fears of losing or fears of missing out on a trade. Backtesting will definitely help fix the fear of missing out. Why would it help? Why would that help you get over the fear of missing out on a trade? Why do you think that would help you? You're learning the pair. Really what you're doing is you're learning the pattern that pair produces, right? And how it produces a pattern. Basically, you're learning market maker behaviors for that pair. So you have to remember that your brain, its sole purpose is to keep you alive, right? The sole purpose of your brain is to keep you alive, but it also wants to stay comfortable, right? It never wants to go outside of certain realms, right? So that's why most humans in general, right, they have certain things that they do over and over and over and over again, right? They don't go outside of that. You ever thought about the fact that if you go to sleep, if I go to sleep and I want to wake up super early tomorrow morning to go to the gym, and I set my alarm clock to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning or whatever. I go to sleep early, and 5 o'clock comes around, ring, 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 the thing goes off, right? You wake up, you look at your phone, you turn it off. Did you know that you literally have 5 seconds to take an action with your body of actually getting up before your brain starts to wake up and starts to ask you, hey bro, what are you doing up at 5 o'clock in the morning? Why are we up at 5 o'clock in the morning? Don't you want to go back to bed and get an extra hour of sleep? Do you really want to go to the gym today? Wouldn't it be better if we just do it tomorrow? Isn't tomorrow like the best thing ever? How many times do you say, I'll start it tomorrow? Everything's always like, tomorrow, I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow's a fresh new day, you know? Let's start things off right on a fresh new day, right? And then it's like, oh, well, let's start fresh things off on a fresh new week. Or yeah, I'll start it next month on a fresh month. That's what we do. We do that all the time. But your brain is literally meant to keep you comfortable and to just keep you alive. So anytime that there's a present danger of something going wrong, that's when you get that fear, right? Fear of losing money, fear of missing out, fear of losing a trade. So backtesting allows you and basically teaches your brain that, hey, this type 1 pattern happens almost every day or whenever it happens. And yeah, it happens. So it's okay to take a trade. Or it's okay when I have these parameters. Yeah, you can take that trade. There's no danger in you losing the money. You know what I mean? So the more that you do that, the more that you're teaching your brain over and over and over again that it's okay not to freak out over something. So that's why doing the homework and stuff that we do in the mentoring course is so important, because we're literally teaching the brain to understand, accept that this happens over and over and over again. It's okay for you to take the trade. The fear of loss, the fear of losing, a lot of times comes because most retail traders over leverage their account. They're over trading their account. They revenge trade when they take a loss. They don't have a system in place. And I mean, some people, they just don't like to lose, right? I don't like to lose. Nobody likes to lose. Who wants to lose? Nobody. But it's just the fact of what's going to happen. The question becomes, can you control the loss? can you control a losing streak? And so that's why that risk management plan's in place. So you stop the losing, stop the bleeding. Another reason is impatience and waiting for the right setup. How many of you guys are on social media and you see people bragging about their trades? Stop me if you haven't heard that before, or stop me if you haven't seen it. And it's like, man, they never lose, right? They never lose. How is this possible? How is it possible that they don't take losses? Do you really think that? You really think that they don't take losses? Do you think that Warren Buffett never takes a loss? You think that George Soros ever took a loss? Don't worry about what other people are doing. Don't worry about how other people are trading. At the end of the day, they don't pay your bills. I would not worry about what other people are doing. Imagine if you're worried about losing whatever, $300. Could you imagine what happened if you were to take a $2 billion hit? How would you feel if you think it's bad for losing $300, $1,000? Imagine losing $2 billion of investors' money. This was the loss. This was a real loss that was taken by George Soros back in I think it was 98, back when they had the Russian debt crisis. And then I know he ended up losing another $700 million in '99 during the tech bubble. So imagine 2 years losing close to $3 billion. It's ridiculous. So impatience and waiting for the right setup. This is why I say 3 to 4 trades a week. You're not looking to trade every day. You're looking for the right trade. It's either there or it's not. If it's there, great. If it's not, great. It doesn't matter. The fear of a losing streak or a drawdown. We just talked about that. You have a fear of going into a losing streak or having drawdown on your account. If you have a fear of drawdown on your account, you're definitely over leveraging your account. Has anybody ever made the mistake of putting in the wrong lot size on their account when they took a trade? I remember I was trying out a strategy, and I put in $100 into a trading account, and I was doing pretty good because I was trading 0.01s, right? And on MetaTrader, you can switch from one account to another, but the lot sizes actually stay the same from account to account. So I went from my normal account back to the small $100 account, and the lot size stayed the same. It was a standard lot. And I put in a trade, and literally in 5 seconds, the whole thing was gone. The whole $100 account was gone in 5 seconds. And I'm like, damn, that sucks. So it happens. And then lastly is the lack of discipline in following the rules in your plan. How many of you guys ever created a trading plan before? So if you plan on trading, you need to plan the trade, right? You need rules, something to follow. Because if you don't have any rules, you're just doing whatever. And if you're doing whatever, then anything is pretty much a possibility. So before you even think about trading, you need to write down, have a plan in place of how you're going to trade. It's like, how are you going to get somewhere? You're leaving, whatever, Florida, Port of Florida or whatever, or Port of Miami, and you're trying to get to the Bahamas or something. How the hell are you going to get there if you don't know where you're going? And then there's one more thing, it's consistently searching for the next big thing. And so what I mean by that is, how many of you have gotten a strategy from YouTube, whatever? You started trading, started winning, like, yes, I found the strategy. And then you take, I don't know, 3 or 4 losses. You're like, man, this strategy sucks. I got to find a new strategy. How many of you guys have done that? And you end up going from strategy to strategy to strategy to strategy to strategy to strategy. And at the end, you have all this convoluted crap in your brain about how to trade. And you're literally trying to mash it together, right? You're trying to put all of these different 20 strategies that you went through in a year and trying to put them together to create one. So that's what happens. When it comes to trading psychology, a lot of this stuff comes to really back testing, having a plan, being patient, waiting for the right setup, having the rules in front of you. You already have, I showed you a risk management plan of what you can do. You know the strategy already because we just went over it. The only things that you have left to do is to literally have the fear of missing out, fear of losing. The only way you get that is through back testing, right? Guys, if you need any more help or you like the content that we provide on this channel, come on over to the FXN MasterClass. It's available right now. What you get essentially is a lifetime membership, a full mentoring course, an advanced course. You get the Blue Summit videos, weekly Q&A sessions every Sunday, group session archives, which that by alone has about 100 hours of content, weekly analysis videos, midweek analysis videos, MT4 and MT5 indicators, a customized trading journal so you could actually journal your trades every day, and then a backtesting journal that you can use to backtest and collect all of your data. Not to mention a mentoring private chat, guys. So all the information is in the link in the description if you want to join now. We look forward to seeing you there, guys, and take care of yourselves.